Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are here in the US. We are going to be talking about the potential for some serious lake effect snow moving in to the Great Lakes region over the next few days. It's already started, but let's talk about what this is going to look like from today all the way until Wednesday, the 29th. So, the Winter Storm Severity Index is already major. That is a level 4 out of 5 on the scale. Heavy snow falling at rates of 1 to 3 inches per hour is going to be possible here, and those highest snowfall rates are going to be east of Lakes Ontario and Erie. We're also going to have gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour, some evidence that they could perhaps be a bit stronger in localized areas as well. And this is going to lead to blowing snow, which will likely lead to snow-covered roads with near whiteout conditions and zero visibility. So this is a serious situation for those up in the northeast, especially those, again, right along Lakes Erie and Ontario. This isn't anything that you guys haven't seen before up here. You guys are probably used to this to some degree, but just know some serious travel impacts are likely here starting today and ending on Wednesday. So let's talk about the weather setup. We already have winter storm warnings in place here due to the possibility and likelihood of lake effect snow that's already began in these areas, nearing places like Albany, New York. Those winter storm warnings slicing between Buffalo. So Buffalo not in a warning, but close to Buffalo, both to the north and to the south, we do have winter storm warnings. Now these aren't standard winter storm warnings. These are lake effect snow warnings. That's what they're called, but very similar in terms of actual definition to winter storm warnings, and on this site they're shown as winter storm warnings. So actual winter storm warnings there on the Michigan Peninsula. However, on the coastlines there of Lake Erie and Ontario, where you see those winter storm warnings, those are actually lake effect snow warnings. We also have winter weather advisories in place. Those are in the blue. They're to the east of the lake effect snow warnings in those two major areas. We'll dive into more detail of why exactly that's happening right now. So we have a cold front moving through the area today. That's going to be leading to that heavy snow. And as that happens, the winds are going to shift. Right now, they're moving more from a south to north direction. They're going to be moving more from a west to east direction, a northwest to southeast direction more specifically, as the front moves through. And that's what's going to cause our potential for lake effect snow. Temperatures don't change quite as fast in water bodies as they do over land. And so what happens is you get this sort of de facto temperature boundary, kind of like a front that begins to create our clouds, our moisture, and our precipitation. That's what causes lake effect snow. So that cold front's going to move through. We're going to have our water not cool quite as quickly as the air surrounding the water. It's going to cause that lift, and that's going to cause our potential for that lake effect snow. So let's talk about the official forecast. Areas within many of these areas that are getting the lake effect snow likely to expect well over a foot. That's that maroon color. Over 2 feet of snow expected on the northern side of things, where we could see well over 2 feet of snow. That's that more orangish color that you see on the map. But over a foot expected well along coastal parts of the Great Lakes, especially again there on the eastern side of things. So coastal New York, coastal Ohio, coastal Pennsylvania, all on the side that is not the Atlantic coast, but the Great Lakes coast. That's where the most snow is expected to occur. Winds are also going to be an issue with this. These are wind gusts over the next day. Now, these are somewhat representative of what the next few days are going to look like, but you'll notice right along the coast, that's where those highest gusts are, exceeding that 35 miles per hour. The Weather Prediction Center mentioned on the first graphic we showed you, 36 miles per hour there near Buffalo, 39 miles per hour there along coastal Pennsylvania. But again, I think we could see gusts cracking 40 miles per hour on occasion, especially in some of our higher elevations. Here is the Canadian weather model showing us that lake effect snow, and it's rather obvious to see why so much snow is going to accumulate. This is over the next 3 days, so snow is pretty much going nonstop across the lake effect regions all the way from today all the way until Wednesday, Thursday morning even. in some cases. So we could be diving into Thursday morning, even early afternoon for when the snow ends. But the heaviest of the snow is going to happen from today through Wednesday. And then again, you'll see that moving out. And you can see hints of our next system moving in. We'll talk more about that in a future video if needed. However, today we're mainly just talking about the lake effect snow. So what can you do in this situation? Well, the main thing to do is be careful while traveling. Ice and snow, take it slow. It's a great slogan by the Weather Service, and I think it holds merit. So make sure that if you must travel, and that means if you absolutely must, I would strongly suggest against it as long as this snow is occurring. Clean off your vehicle before driving. Keep it slow and don't use cruise control. Make sure that you have control over your throttle and your brake. You want to make sure you're feathering that throttle. You want to make sure that you are being very slow. So if you start to feel a bit of a snap, your car losing a bit of control, try to correct it. Don't overcorrect, but correct that steer by going in the opposite direction just a hair. Just touch it and then try to continue going straight, but make sure you're going slow enough that in the event that you would go off the road, something like that would happen. It wouldn't be a violent accident. It would be something very minor. Leave extra distance between you and other vehicles for the exact same reason. If you lose control of your vehicle, you don't want to be around other vehicles because the odds that you hit them are going to be much higher. Keeping your distance is going to reduce the odds that your vehicle, if it loses control, hits another vehicle. It also increases your odds of not getting hit if another vehicle loses control around you. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. We do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. It shows us that we're doing something right. Also, be sure to join our Discord server if you want to become a bigger part of our community. We have a lot going on over there and some exciting events coming on over the next few months. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more content like this. And finally, if you don't have Discord, you don't want to get Discord, but you still want to ask us a question or something like that, you can always leave a comment down below. We'll be sure to answer those when we can. Thanks again for watching. We hope to see you in the next video.